Regardless, they've got a clean sheet. We didn't attack better than Liverpool. They've got 2 goals. We should have had 2 goals in probably the first 10 minutes. This is the same thing I saw West Ham do. Liverpool were street smart today, didn't do too much. Diaz done his thing. Congratulations, Liverpool. Best of luck into the next round for Arsenal. Boy, got 2 games this month. On to Crystal Palace, innit? Like, boy, jolting. Martinelli, what's that? Jolting. Great finish by Diaz. South American settings. Jota doing very well. We've seen this movie. How many times did we say the more we're chasing this game, we're going to concede a second? This is the difference. See the difference from Diaz? Length it. Put your foot through it like a grown man and put the ball in the back of the net. Everyone else is on the play thing. I feel sorry for you, Ramsdale, because you don't deserve to concede 2 goals. I actually think Benjamin White's done all right. Saliba and Gabriel's done all right. Kirill and the bulk of stuff he did okay, but it's not enough to do okay. This is cup football. Almost feels like a dream. Credit to Klopp. Almost feels like a bit of a dream, if I'm completely honest. No, you know when like you lose a game and you don't really know what has hit you. Credit to Liverpool. Do your thing, Arteta. Got nothing to say, bro. Even this, like BBC, stop zooming in on Kyrill's face because this is the thing. Analysis starts getting fucking lazy as well. This is what's jarring. Yes, Kirill, bare question marks over him. Like, is he the guy? No. And he did concede the own goal, but don't make out like he was a train wreck all game. Like, football analysis can be quite extremely lazy, if I'm completely honest. And it actually F's me off, man. Credit to Liverpool, man. It is where it is. You play with fire, you get burnt. We was ramping. We need a striker. We need a striker. We need a striker. Tired of seeing other teams come back stronger after. Shouldn't have went into half-time at 0-0. Seen this before. We played well, but we can't finish anything. Well, playing well is a hype, man. I've seen us play well too many times. I'm not going to enjoy my dinner. I'm past that of Arsenal ruining my dinner. I'm going to enjoy my dinner. I ain't eating all day, man. It is what it is. The highs and lows of football, man. Hey, Man United. Cool. We're definitely going to have an Arsenal therapy session tomorrow. Hi, deluded. The problem in the team was Arteta's fault. How can you have players and never rotate them? Bro, today is just horrible today, man. I'm over it, man. I like Arteta, but these late subs are frustrating. I don't know what Smith Rowe and Trossard are meant to do in 3 minutes. I don't know. You lot let me know. I don't know. Like, I don't know what they're supposed to do. It comes down to terrible defending for the 2 goals. You know, unnecessary free kick to give away. I don't even think it was a free kick in the first place. But fundamentally, you know, again, you go all the way back to the Luton game. We have dropped several levels defensively. I think everybody, and Black Stevie Wonder and any blind individual in this world can see Arsenal can create, but we're never finishing. It's horrible. But you got to get yourself out of this rut, man. Got to get yourself out of this rut. I don't want to see a single player feeling sorry for themselves. Fans feel sorry for yourself. I definitely feel sorry for myself because I wanted this FA Cup. Congratulations to Liverpool. Losing to Liverpool's B team. And that's the thing. You know, any team that's got any little bit of street smartness is going to get 3 points off Arsenal. Yeah, we were amazing is an exaggeration, but we started well. We had all these shots and things, but I could, and that's what I believe for what it's worth. But then I could obviously add a caveat and say Liverpool know they're coming here with a slightly weaker team. They know us, you know, you heard the gaffer Arteta talking about getting in his Pep Guardiola bag and slightly Klopp when we faced them at Anfield, talking about atmosphere and G'ing them up. We're in a bit of a rut. You knew, and, you know, we're, you know, give or take, one of the better teams in the Premier League. You knew he was going to come out a bit on smoke, a bit galvanized and things. You look, this is one thing I like being live with you lot. You lot probably said the same thing. You go and look in the first half. We knew he was going to be in trouble if you don't score, if you do not take your chances before the end of the first half. I'm more disappointed for myself and the fans because it's the FA Cup. Am I disappointed in the performance? Of course. But can I sit here and say I'm surprised? Nope. You've seen this. There's even been games where arguably we've been like that and won. 3 L's on the bounce is shocking. Too busy playing with their food instead of killing it. Got to find a way, man. Oh, man. Wait. What is there to say, man? If you're still in domestic cups, clap your hands. We've won a domestic cup already this season. Let's remember, boy. English Super Cup. This is why you need a striker to relieve pressure from the team. You can't control games, play slow when you don't score. And this is the thing that man are clinical would look. Do you think Klopp or Liverpool are going to sit there and say they played amazing? No, and I'm not knocking them. You don't have to play amazing to win games. There's 38. Obviously, this is the FA Cup. I actually don't know from round 1 to the final how much it is. But it's just about getting through. It's like in the Premier League. 38 games. It's probably naive to assume. I'm sure if you went and asked Arsene Wenger, the Man United sides, Klopp when they won the Prem, City when they've won the Prem, any Chelsea manager that's won the Prem, I'm pretty sure across 38 games, I'm very sure that they won't say they were good for about 37 of those, but it's about getting it done. And it does feel like any team with a bit of clinicalness, a bit of street smartness, any team that you don't, Liverpool's a team you got to kill. You got to kill them. You have to kill them. It's not good enough to have all these shots and all this chance creation. And listen, the first half was a movie. We're starting well. Everyone's doing all right. Liverpool aren't really asking much. But the difference between them, I don't know for statistics, they've got more clinical players. The subs as well. Jota's changed that game. The quality of Trent Alexander-Arnold. We haven't learned our lessons. Trent, he did it at Anfield. He even hit the bar today again. Obviously, he delivered the set piece that led to Kirill doing Kirill stuff. Arteta, you signed up for this when, in how you've assembled this squad. I'm not criticizing it, but in the same way I will gas it. What's going on? No Van Dijk, no Salah, and they're through to the next round. Simple. Big team doing big stuff. I love Saka, but how he gets 90 minutes week in, week out when out of form, I don't know, man. Of course, Saka is not on Salah's level, bro. 18 shots and no goals is absolutely crazy, bro. Absolutely crazy. It is what it is, man. We got wrapped. Put the word out, though. We'll be back. I'm seeing United and Chelsea fans laugh. Make sure, Make sure. DG, how are you and Arteta? In the squad? I didn't get called up to play for Arsenal today. I'm not registered in England. What do you mean? I'm not in the squad because I'm not an Arsenal player. I don't know what you're saying there, my guy, but big up yourself. We'll be back. You lot said you'll be back. You lot are the ones who businessmen, United. You lot are the ones that said errors come to an end. Ten Hag was talking about you lot. Please. I understand the bants have to run. It's cool. To be fair, you should be praising. You should be looking at Liverpool because they did something you lot couldn't do. United fans, absolute shocking. You lot have twerked for City all season, last season when they dunked a treble on you lot. Now you're twerking for Liverpool. This is what Sir Alex Ferguson, built. You New Age United fans absolutely scum. Yes, I've got nothing else to say, so we're chucking that one. I understand the game's the game. And the banter has to fly, but unfortunately, so be Saka in that form where he knows he won't be dropped. So he ain't got to try push himself when the team isn't. Only Odegaard was trying to carry the team. Making it about you. Why for the holding thing as well? And Saka, you need to go to church, bro. I don't know what's going on, lad. I don't know, man. You just need to learn from your brethren Rashford. When IC3 start doing these funky hairstyles, unless you're Paul Pogba and Neymar and them kind of guys, stay very far away from it. A lot of soul searching. Boy, when you pray for rain, you got to go through the mud, innit? Anyone got any other sayings and that? Uncomfortable. It feels like we've been having uncomfortable conversations every day, really and truly. Is there any positives? I can't sit here and say there is. There isn't. It's a cup game. You're either in or you're out. But if you had to, in the grand schemes of trying to be impartial with you lot, if there was any positives, I think Nelson for a bit was all right. I think Odegaard was decent. Actually think my defenders, including Kirill to a point, did okay. More so on the other three. I think Ramsdale didn't deserve to concede 2 goals. For Havertz bar in the finishing was all right. But at the same time, football's decided in both boxes. You either put the ball in the back and net, keep them out yours. We didn't do that. In the same way, maybe not so much like that, but there's been games teams have had more shots than us and we've run away with it. Hey, that's how football is. Sometimes you'll play like that and on the law of averages, you'll get the winner. Sometimes you'll get what happens here. That's the difference. Because City do that, Liverpool do that. That's the difference between their squad depth. That's the difference between their maturity. That's the difference between winning and losing. Simple as that. Boy. And that big up them. Liverpool got depth. Even though Liverpool a bit of an anomaly because when they were winning stuff, they didn't have the biggest of squads, but Klopp has clocked. That's the way to get to the next level. I don't know if Diaz, Darwin Núñez, Jota, probably missing out someone. If these guys will ever be like the new Salah, Mane, and Firmino, but they've got depth. Thoughts on Nelson's performance? Fairly encouraging, but how far does it go? Because you needed to put the ball in the back of the net. Really. F around and find out. There you have it. I feel we needed to change tactics to get Martinelli and Saka away from the throw-in line. I think you mean by line. They played best last year when cutting in. They're more inside forwards than out-and-out wingers. I mean, everything good or bad is a reflection of the manager. Like, when it goes well, like, as much as the players off their own back needs to start finishing, needs to start finding the back of the net, needs to, there's a lot of things I can't blame Arteta. These players are grown men, whether they're young or old, you're professional footballers. At the same time, whatever you lot have been working on since August and whatever you lot working day in, day out, week in, week out, that's a reflect. The manager's telling you to do that. Is the manager telling you to miss these chances? No, because he's come out and said you've got to be clinical and things. But the manager is the one doing these patterns of play. The manager is the one that has not got a striker that can bag. And every player looks like, in the attacking half anyways, looks like a blunt knife. The only one I won't draw out is Havertz because Havertz not scoring. We're not going to waste time on that, even though we should have. 1 goal scored in our last 3 games, 6 conceded. Not controlling the averages. Not controlling the averages, bro. We'll take this form into the champs. It's going to be peak. Right? You think Porto are going to go for this nonsense? A man said, like I said in the West Ham watch along, I'm taking my opportunity to run bants. I know my team will lose tomorrow. Who you lot got tomorrow? FA Cup on a Monday. Who you lot got? I feel like, Wigan, you lot are winning, man. You lot are not getting boxed by Wigan. Bring on Smith Rowe was pointless and Trossard with 3 minutes to go. Arteta's got to hold that, man. As I say in the Premier League, when you assemble certain men to do this thing, this is what you sign up for. By the end of the game, the statistics look fairly even now. 18 shots from us, 12 to Liverpool, 5 on target. They had 3. They got 2 goals. They're more clinical than us. As I said, me personally, I would trade places with West Ham when they beat us. I would trade places with Newcastle. I'll trade places with Aston Villa. And in relation to the FA Cup, I'll trade places with Liverpool because they could sit here and say, yeah, you lot have that. You lot be the better team on 90 minutes. You're the window. It don't matter. They're off to whoever I don't even know when the draw is made. We don't need to do FA Cup watch-alongs on my channel until it's the quarters and semis and finals. I wanted number 15. It's not happening, is it? Boy. Guys, you should stop thinking striker is our main problem. The main problem is that both extends from lack of creativity, composure. I think a striker would help a lot, but I don't think, as I said earlier, I don't think you sign a striker and like all our fortunes change. Every up could begin. You look at Liverpool, Salah was the guy getting all the other goals, but other people were chipping in. You look at City, yes, they've done it without Haaland when everyone was chipping in. Haaland get X amount of goals. The others are chipping in. You sign a striker that gets 20, 30. Mikel Arteta says to win the league, you need to be getting 100 goals. Where's that coming from? Where's that coming from? A striker's not gonna get thingy, not gonna get 100 goals. Martinelli, no shooting boots. Odegaard, no shooting boots. Saka, dyeing his hair, no shooting boots. You've lost Xhaka, so you've lost whatever goals he had. Yeah, other guys might chip in here and there, but listen, if we're not defending well, if we're not attacking well, then the manager's got to take responsibility. Midfield is another one where I think I keep saying this, and I don't know why I keep saying this. It's another one where I feel, in the grand scheme of things, I think Jorginho was quite good today. I think Declan Rice took a while to wake up, but he was good. Odegaard did not score, but I think Odegaard was good. So if I'm saying 3 players played well, but it just feels like there's something missing in there. Like, I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is. Never looked like we're really going to create. In hindsight, watching that, yeah, cool. Nelson had a couple bright spots, but it looked like, again, something's more likely to happen off the right. But hey, it is what it is, man. Should hurt, man. You didn't want to show discipline in that second half, so you have to deal with the pain of regret. Discipline hurts, but it hurts a lot worse than now. The less said on Kyrgios, the better, man. Smith and Nelson don't even look bothered about playing 5 minutes. 3 to 5 minutes of matches. I don't think I wouldn't say that's the case, man. I think that's a bit harsh. Honestly, have we had any good runs apart from when we won? I mean, I'd say please go back to the start of the live stream. Not been happy with Mikel. Cool, you can say, yeah, it's Liverpool. It is where it is. Fair enough. But I'm not. Since we've won the FA Cup, we've not been dealing with this properly, man. Yeah, Klopp even stat padded 1-2 Melwood grads. Arteta should have ran that. Bring back Wenger. Listen, Wenger looks more alive, more of life since he left Arsenal. Sir Alex Ferguson and half these managers don't return Wenger. Arteta does make a lot of his own messes, man. In relation to why the subs were given 2 minutes, that's one we're gonna have to listen to Mikel Arteta. I don't know. It just is what it is, people. In terms of player ratings, Ramsdale, I'll give you a 6. You know, Ramsdale, I'll give you a 7. You know, I think you denied Diaz. I think your passing was good. I think Nelson should have gave you an assist. I think you're very I'll give you a 6 because the first goal was a bit mad. I think Ramsdale did okay. White, give you a 6. Saliba, I'll give you a 7. Gabriel, I'll give you a 7. Again, when I watch the game again, I might look at the goals. Kirill, I'll give you a 5, man, because I'm thinking that like people are not going to agree with that and they're just going to waffle about it. And listen, there's no way I'm convinced with Kirill, but I think it was a better game. Unfortunately, it's your name next to the own goal, innit? Odegaard, give you a 7. Declan Rice, I'll give you a 6. Jorginho, I'll give you a 7. I think Jorginho was good by his own standards. Saka, just about a 5. Havertz, 6. It would be a 7, but regardless of whether you're clinical or not, you don't put the ball in the back of the net. Nelson, I give you a 7 as well, even though you're very frustrating in the final third. Martinelli, 6. Didn't really, a bit of injection of a bit of pace and that, not really nothing else. And Ketia, didn't really see you, so there's not really a rating, but I'll give you a 5. We know what you're about. Smith Rowe and Trossard, there's no way you could get ratings because you were not on the field long enough. So that's that, man. Like, even if the thing is, yeah, if we was just to write down how, not necessarily specific to Arsenal, Liverpool, but just general things as to why this game went wrong for us, and we pinned, and we did the same for Aston Villa, West Ham, or any game recently, yeah, and we was to write notes, you wouldn't be able to tell which game it was. You wouldn't, because it's the same things. A mistake made more than once is a choice. In life, you're gonna learn these. Life's harsh, you're gonna, until you really want to learn from these situations. God and the football gods, we're gonna have to keep going through moments like this. And I think Klopp, he would even wonder, like, I think when him and Arteta have a bit of beer or a bit of wine after the game, I think he will wonder how the hell his team have kept a clean sheet. But then Arteta has to point there and say to him, because my team can't hit a barn door. It doesn't matter who it is. Oh, man. I mean, if we're finished, I hear that. If we're not finished, I don't know. Either way, I don't want to see anyone connected to Arsenal feeling sorry for themselves. You got to get on with it, innit? You got to get on with it. Losing 3 in a row, it's gonna be crisis for a team like Arsenal. This is what comes with the territory. Keep it moving. There's not a single thing in Arteta's way he's making us play as much as I like the guy that I can say I'm happy about. Like, the wingers are not in goal scoring positions. The players are not clinical enough. The players off their own back are very naive. There's a lot of things, as I said, with the players, but don't look threatening. Yeah, we're creating, but it's not really threatening. The players can't finish. Midfield, as I said, is missing something. Defense, after starting so well and generally for the first half of the season, at least, and last season, being a decent defensive side. But people call me a hater, man. Like, I like the boys. I like this team. But when I say, do we defend to the level of champions? Do we attack? They sit here and they tell me, oh, well, we had all these clean sheets. They sit here and they tell me, oh, we had all these different goal scorers last season and this year. And I'm not denying that. But you're lying to yourself. Why can't two truths be held in the same realm? And it's only in games like this people want to sit down and talk about things. Because when I'm saying it, when we're battering teams like Sheffield United, I'm being a stickler. I don't know about you lot, but football don't lie, And I love this club. But hey, man, have to hold that, man. Like Marcel said, Marcel, be gracious, man. Yeah, but shit, we went through in the cup. I ain't going like this. 1 goal in 61 shots, bro. You can't win football games then, can you? You can't win football games then, can you? How you going to win football games then? A bit of it obviously is I can't lie, man. Winning ways, you're my guy, but you're chatting ish, man. There's no way Havertz played that then. Like, come on, man. Liverpool hit the bar twice. Yeah, bro. What did we do? No, like, I know we had a bunch of chances, but Odegaard hit the bar. Well, hit the bar 3 times between the two teams, innit? What, Jota, Odegaard, and I'll get it, Trent. Played with 5. Oh, it is what it is, man. They don't rate that. Arteta will buy another Chelsea reject, boy. 2 goals in 6 games is crazy. Nah, man, lad, I hate the team thing, man. There's not a single player out there that I hate. Am I frustrated with you lot? Yes. Do I feel you lot need to get it together? Yes. But hate, that's a strong word. You lot just not learning. We win, we lose, that's football. There you have it, Wayne, you win. You win, you lose. For me, the most frustrating thing is you got to be gracious in defeat. Whatever, Liverpool won, best of luck, safe journey home to your fans and, anyone wherever they're watching this. But we're shooting ourselves in the foot, bro. And it's been there when we've won games. There's been elements of this against Brighton. There was definitely... The City game is the only game I'll isolate, but this was here against Chelsea. This was here against Spurs. This has been here even against PSV. This was here against Lens. This has been here against West Ham, Newcastle, Aston Villa. This has been here when we've beaten Brighton and Sheffield United and Wolves. I can't say I'm surprised. And people say I'm being harsh and that. The world is harsh. You think life cared that Liverpool went 20, 30 years without winning the league title? Do you think the world cared when City could have won the first Champions League and they bottled it? Do you think people care that we ain't won the Prem under the Emirates? Life is harsh, and you saw it last year. So you have to focus on what you're good at and make it great, and take the things that are evident concerns and make it to a great level. I keep saying it, football's decided in both boxes. I do think statistically we're one of the better defensive sides. I do think compared to what we used to be, we've improved a hell of a lot. But once you remove that of how crap we used to be to the nonsense we're seeing now to a degree, and look at how do you pick Liverpool or City to Prems and champs or be doing what they're doing, walking the walk that they've done, it's not there. Ain't got that shooter in front of goal. You ain't got that clinical gunman. I think we're an improved defensive side. I don't think we're a good defensive side. And so anyone understands, our first attacker is Ramsdale Araya. Our first defender is whoever's up front. And even that, the press was good at the beginning. What happened? It's a 90-minute game. And lately, when we played Liverpool at Anfield, I think we started really well, scored, and it was like we don't know to stick or twist. West Ham, something was missing. Fulham, we started all right. And then when we scored, they woke up. It's not good enough to play good for 10, 30, 20 minutes. Obviously, it's going to be a bit of a duel. We knew Liverpool were going to wake up after a while. Klopp couldn't have been happy at half-time because they're just letting Arsenal do what we're needing to do. But this goals change games. There's no point doing the shoulda, woulda, coulda stuff. Had we have scored early doors, it might have been something different, but it weren't. The same old things. And recruitment is one thing, but like, bro, there's several things that these lot need to do on the training ground. Don't look like you can score. Don't look like you can keep clean sheets or defend amicably. And even that, I'm being a bit harsh because I do think generally we defended well. But as I said, if we want to win dump Liverpool out of FA Cup and go all the way and win Prems and champs and shit, long way away, but maybe one day a treble, like 50 years from now, you have to focus on these fine margins and conquering them. Because that is what Klopp did. That is what Pep did. That's what Wenger, Alex Ferguson, Conte, anyone who's won anything. It's the fine margins that make the difference. It's the fine margins that went against us today. And as I said, I would trade places with Klopp. I would trade places with Moyes, Eddie Howe, any other, anything. The only times I think we've been terrible this season, Fulham 100%. West Ham in the League Cup 100%. But for a large part of the season, I was actually more angry. I was more angry in games where we drew, if I'm completely honest. Like, obviously, I'd rather get points on the board than not. But I was a lot more angry in how we played against Spurs and definitely Chelsea than I was necessarily in the defeats to Aston Villa, Newcastle, etc., etc. I don't want to see no one feeling sorry for themselves because you lot are part of this. You ain't learned the lesson you need to learn, man. And it's going to keep happening. Give it to Klopp. Done his thing. Klopp did his thing. He played, youngsters got debuts. No Van Dijk, no Salah, no problem. Absorbed all the pressure from Arsenal. Diaz, Trent, you know, whether it's an own goal or Trent, who cares? You know, I always say I don't care that we can score, just that we score. And I wish I was in that position. It's a cup game. Don't know how far Liverpool's cup run is going to go, but, you know, they're fighting for the league. I'm sure they want to win Europa League. They're still in the FA Cup. Honestly, I don't even know if Liverpool are still in the League Cup. You'd have to go. But either way, their season's ticking along. Second half, King striker, bro. Liverpool's a team you've got to kill. It's like Omar from the wire, man. You do play good football. It's not over yet. But I'm tired of playing good football, bro. Like, I hear it, but it's long, man. Hey, the truth, appreciate that, man. I'm not going to repeat that, but love for the super chat, man. I don't know what he's on, man. And that's the thing, it's mentality, bro. I'm not even going to draw out Zinchenko. I'm not going to draw out Kirill, but we said at the start that Kwanzaa, whatever his name is, he's ready. I said I don't give a crap about Liverpool Football Club, but I'm a fan of that centre back just because of the way he plays. That's one, and he's obviously got a lot to work on. But when they asked him about Matip, he said, "You know what? I'm upset that he's injured. I hope he gets back. We love him. But I'm here to take someone's place. Man, have to be on these things." DG afraid to criticize Arteta. I'm not gonna lie, Omar. Big up yourself. But I've literally drew him out. Like, I've defo criticized Arteta. I like the guy, but I'm not one of these idiots that thinks Arteta's dick's in my hand and I'm going to, you know, twerk for some job at Arsenal and lie to you lot. Pause. I'm not an idiot. And I'm not going to sit here and do ridiculously negative things to get clipped up and engagement and things. Allow it, bro. Like, I've literally said of what Arteta could do. I said at the start, I'd be vexed if Arteta does not even go through in this, regardless of what happens, because I feel the last time we won this trophy since then, it's been an idiot thing. Come on, man. Let's not be silly. Let's listen to exactly what I said. Man can never tell me I haven't questioned the gaffer when I've literally said everything indirectly is his fault. Please, man. I understand we need someone to get at, but allow it, man. Clearly got him. The Emirates is like our second home. Thank you for hosting us, DG. See you again in a couple of weeks. It's cool. Hope your girl cheats. The white kit, man. We didn't learn, man. Didn't learn, man. My bad, bro. Popped in while you were chatting about the players. Apologies, man. Like, man. Kwanzaa's sick, man. Don't know how far he could go. That Kanate, a beast. Quality centre back, bro. We know this. We've seen him play a lot of the time. And even more why I rate Kanate's performance today is because you haven't got Van Dijk next to him. Not saying he needs him, but you've got to be the senior guy. I know Joe Gomez is relative experience, but he's playing left. And I know you got Trent, but he's playing left back. You've got Kwanzaa. You've got to pull your teammates through it. It's big up Liverpool for that. League is back to City. Liverpool, we ain't built for it. But hey, Havertz can't keep up with the speed of English football. We should go back to Italy or Germany. I think Havertz, the only thing I can criticise with you is you ain't put the ball into the back of the net. But I mean, I'm not being funny. Lord knows how many times Kai Havertz has played in the Premier League or played for Arsenal in general and played for Chelsea. Like, when has he ever been known for goal scoring, bro? Like, I'm not saying you shouldn't score, but at some point, I have to look and say, how can I keep getting vexed at the same things? Like, and I don't think Havertz he weren't terrible. He just can't score. And at the end of the day, if you're relying on Havertz to score goals, you can't. I know he scored the win in the Champions League final, but if we're relying on him to score goals, man, can't tell me you want to win serious things. Control the variables you can control, man. Don't know if you touched on it already, but thoughts on Saka's performance. But it started well and then done fuck all, really. Just like everybody. Which striker would you like us to get? I would all love Osimhen, but he's going Chelsea. Semif, man. Like, subs took too long. It is what it is, man. Like, it starts and stops with finishing. Indirectly, we should have been having a striker, man. Like, I'm not being funny. You should have seen from Gabriel Jesus last season that we need to do what City did. Like, utilize you in the squad. You're one of the guys, but you're not the guy. And this is what I mean. Arteta takes people that are good squad players and then makes them first team regulars or builds the team around him. It would have been very romantic if Jesus came, scored goals, became the top don. The same said for Zinchenko. And don't get it twisted. At the time, they elevated the system. They helped us. They did all of that sort of stuff. But learn from people who have done this thing already. Like City showed you, Zinchenko and Jesus, they can be utilized. They can't be the guys like that. It's what it is, man. Like, honestly, what more is there to waffle and say? Like, you lot saw it. Arteta just learning on the job, man. And this is the thing. It's a naive manager leading naive players. I like the guy. I do like the guy. I think there's more reasons to keep him or not and then sack him. And I'm not saying do not sack him. If there's a feasible plan and a better manager, then listen, I've got nothing to gain from Arteta. You know, if you achieve success, you achieve it for me and my football club. There's all people that are on this, oh, I told you Arteta was never the guy, or, you know, bro, like Arteta could shit in his hands and clap, and there's certain fans that would say, oh, that's so innovative. Like, both dishonest, with the truth's in the middle. And reality is now, as I said, Arteta, big you up on when you walked into this football club, to how you've given the fans a heartbeat again, or the club a heartbeat again. We're doing all right, and what you've done. But you see, last season, that's when it stopped. I stopped praising you for that. If we're fighting for a Prem, I'm not. Of course, I want to win it, but I'm not saying to necessarily sack you for that. The margins for error are there, and it's naive, man. Look who you're playing up front to score goals. Look who comes into this side in all areas of the pitch if there's injuries. We're creating our own issues on and off the field. It's like 1 step forward, 10 back, 20 forward, 30 back, 50 forward. Like, and then the thing is with the club, as much as I like us, we love this project thing. Like, we sign a striker, you ain't got no 10. You got a 10, you got no striker. You got a winger, you got no right back. You got 2 centre halves, you got no fullback. You got the fullbacks and the centre backs, there's no keeper. You've got a keeper, you've got FO in front of them. You've got a decent 11, you don't have the squad depth. Injuries can happen. But how many times, like, injuries, last time I checked, injuries are not unique to us, the football club. And for how many years, even before Arteta, we're going to keep waffling about injuries and then doing this thing of, oh, yeah, when Tommy and Partey are back. I love them both. And to be fair, both of them, especially Partey, were fit last season. But how much times are we going to watch the same story and be surprised by the same movie ending? Huh? But you can't get rid of Havertz. Arteta's got to make that work, or make man sit on the bench and rotate. You can't. Chelsea could. I don't even think Havertz was terrible today, but it is what it is. Chelsea couldn't believe that you was going to run them 65 million. And as I said, I am not an accountant. I don't know what Arsenal were trying to do. But when you look at this, how close we were to FFP stuff in January, I do go back to the summer and I think, maybe the budget was a lot more limited than we thought. We've given new contracts, big ticket item in Declan Rice. Balogun wanted to keep it moving, and, you know, we do wonder what he would have done up front. Not that he's making any noise in France and people not waffling. Maybe let him go because of that. Maybe there wasn't enough money to bring in a winger, so that's on top of other reasons why Nelson got a new deal. And that's why I kind of look at Arteta a bit more funny, because, cool, I don't think Havertz is terrible. He's definitely not the answer, but he's not terrible. But if you were working with a tight budget, did it make sense for 65 million? I won't say Raya's turned the corner, but I think he's been okay. Did you need to buy, just playing devil's advocate, not saying it's wrong, did you need to buy Raya? Because he's not 20, degrees better or 20 places above Ramsdale. They're kind of both like that. I don't know. Yeah, cool. Timber's injured. And as much as I feel, definitely in the last 18 months, the signings that have worked to the ones that haven't worked have been, in a positive favor. And I know not every manager, even the greatest in the game, they're going to get things wrong, really and truly. But again, some of these players are not even relevant. But you've committed 27 million now for David Raya, 3 million on loan, and an IOU to Brentford. Fabio Vieira, even when fit, yeah, cool on the bench, has good games, and I'm not dissing him, but does he move the needle? Lokonga, how much was that? Tavares, how much was that? Kirill, how much was that? So indirectly, as I said, everything is Arteta's fault. Am I sitting there and saying, sack the guy? Is Arteta the one playing up front and messing around with his dinner? 100% not. But when we're praising, you're the one who gets it. You have assembled this squad, and it's naiveties. Everyone could see, I don't care what no one says, everyone could see August, midfield, you needed one. Everyone could see quickly you needed another striker. The last few months, everyone could see you need better defensive bodies. Yes, certain men are injured, but yeah, man. It's long now, man. Like, it's how much time are we going to keep talking about the same thing? It's boring, man. To be honest, I think Nelson was one of our better players, but Schmid. Restart the process. I don't think Havertz was terrible. I don't. Yeah, in front of goal, fucking shit. But I don't think in the grand scheme of things, he was terrible. So be it, man. I don't think Havertz was terrible. In front of goal, pussy old thing. I don't think he was terrible across 90 minutes. I think it's the same old with Havertz, that you put yourself about in the final third where it matters. You are playing up front, not making the difference. Simple as that. Nelson shouldn't have come off. I don't know, man. That Ramsdale pass was something absolutely amazing, man. It would have been nice for even Nelson. Like that's like there was a chance where Saka did that. I don't really get vexed when people miss chances beyond the obvious as to why we'd get angry. But for me, it's the intention. Like Nelson's tried to, I don't know, you tried to find the near post. It's you could tell you're snaking it. You're Tottenham from now on. You do your thing, man. Everyone's allowed to do what they need to do. You do that, man. Bro, Havertz, I'm not gonna get mad. You've never shown me you're clinical. Arteta needs to stop doing the captain saver whole thing. Anyone that looks a bit damaged or looks like they need help or looks like if you could just play them, Arteta wants to save them. Like J. Cole said, if you don't want to be saved, don't save her, man. Bro, it is what it is, man. Absolutely crazy, man. Absolutely crazy, man. Ramsdale, it's all right, man. The whole thing, everything is predictable, man. Everything's hella predictable. Arteta isn't there yet. The team lacks confidence in team play. Something just isn't connecting. They've got to pull themselves out of the confidence into that because, you know, we've all seen the all or nothings. We've all seen them boys talk about it. You know, when it was all negative at Arsenal and, oh, yeah, don't sign Benjamin White. Don't sign Ramsdale. Did they not say they shut off the outside noise and kept doing what they're doing? Pull yourself out of it, man. You know, life throws you curveballs. Throw something back. Life gives you lemons. Make some Kool-Aid and some Henny, man. It's peak, man. It's peak, man. It's peak, man. It's peak. I Zims, appreciate you for the raid, my guy. Yeah, man. When someone said, where is Bukayo Saka? When you find out, let me know, innit? Let me know, man. It doesn't play like McTominay because McTominay probably would have bagged and United fans would be in the rafters, really and truly. Is what it is, man. Is what it is. That's credit to Liverpool. No Salah, no Virgil. Did what they needed to do. Did what they needed to do, man. I don't even think he's trying to be Pep because Pep ain't relying on Eddie Nketiah, bro. Pep will come out with Eddie Nketiah and lie and say we cannot replace him. He's so good, so good. Look what he says with Calvin Phillips. He's so good. I wish I could play him more, bro. Pep's not on this. I kind of been saying it really. I think you just scroll back. I'm gonna repeat the same things, man. But hey, it is what it is, man. Like, can we get to 300 likes? We're at 282. If you've hit that like button, appreciate you lot. That's just the way it is. It's long, man. It's absolutely long, man. It's one of them where I don't really want to hear what any player has to say or any manager has to say. Like there's nothing you can't say that you didn't say against Aston Villa and half of these teams. Like winning, losing, and drawing comes with football, but like you're stealing from yourselves, you're robbing yourselves, like you're shortchanging yourselves. Like you can't rob out Gabriel, man. What's Rey Mysterio done? Shut your effing mouth, man. DJ, I think we're not serious as a team of an Arsenal institution. There you have it, man. Need Arteta to start putting pressure on these forwards. Bro, he's got to put pressure on himself. Saka needs overlapping fullbacks. That ain't gonna. I hear it, and you're not wrong. And yeah, it will create more chances. But every attacker, whether it's Martinelli, not really today, but Martinelli, Saka, etc. Cool, I hear you. You need overlapping fullbacks. We need an 8. We need all this jazz. Beyond that, yeah, and we hold them players accountable. Have they all been performing in the final third? Do you think Arteta will beat Porto? I don't know, man. I don't know. The way we're moving right now, Porto are probably like, yeah, Sporting Lisbon last year, we're going to deal with you lot this year. You better pray you never get a Portuguese team again. We didn't miss Jesus, Partey, Timber, Zinchenko today. Team played bad and we deserved defeat. I think we did to a degree, but I hear that, man. It is what it is, man. But at this point, what's the point boring you lot anymore on this Sunday? As usual, whether you support Arsenal, Liverpool, whatever team you support, I appreciate you lot. If you haven't subscribed, smash the like button, then I don't know what. But big up you lot who were here before the game, during the game, and after. Yeah, man. You know, as you know, we had some technical difficulties at the start. We got here in the end. Unfortunately, it weren't enough. Congratulations to Liverpool. You lot do what needs to be done. I hope you don't win it, but you lot do what needs to be done in the FA Cup. Got to be gracious